Halito, welcome. Welcome to another great live. Shout out, what's up, Johnny in the house. We got the chief in the house. Como. I'm gonna try to. I gotta get used to these. Some of you guys' names. I'm gonna get better. I don't like to butcher you guys' names. You know what I'm saying? We got Chief this Sun Hour in the house. That's I like to say one of the greatest. I like to say one of the greatest. Um, tonight I came on. I'm actually in St. Mary's, Georgia, and tonight is a night I'm gonna build with you guys. I got this. This is not a night that I'm gonna talk about a lot of things that's bearing down in our community. Okay, we got Wilma Reed in the house. Peace and blessings, and achieve the sun hour. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, this you're one of the greatest. I like to say one of a great mentor for me. It's my honor to always have you in my chat. Today there's a lot. I happen to go. There's an elder out there that I respect. A great channel out there that I respect. I went to the brother chat, and I seen the brother was talking about actually the melanated community. They use the words and as the phrases as black. They use it that way. But as I was in his chat and I got a chance to see him, he was quoting. They were talking about Kamala Harris, and they were talking about Obama. They were about them not being Americans, which I do agree. But one of the things that one of the guys who believe that he's African, he came in the chat, and I made a reference that we are the aborigine, and that this is our land. And oh, he was so quick to fight. He was so quick to fight. He wanted to fight, and he was saying, "Oh no, you from Africa? You guys are learning this stuff from Dane Calloway. Y'all learning this stuff from Dane Calloway." Let me tell you something. And this is what people don't understand. I don't think they understand it. No disrespect to Dane Calloway. The brother has a great channel, a great message, a great platform. Shout out to Dane Calloway. But don't get it twisted. There's a lot of brothers and sisters out here that has been on this aborigine consciousness before anybody has ever heard of a Dane Calloway. See, some people have learned about who they are through their families. Some people have always knew who they were. Like I say, kudos to the brother Dane Calloway. Shout out to the brother. The brother is no hating by me on his message. But these Pan-African Americans are out here thinking that we are learning something new. They got something in their mind to believe that this message comes strictly from him, that we are following the message that he came about. And like I said, shout out to the brother. The brother has impeccable a message. He has his work is to be commended. But let's not overlook all of the melanated Aborigine Indians out here who have always been talking about this. Just like Janae said, I hope Red Feather that I'm referring to you as a she, or if I'm not, please forgive me. I always known who I was, and this is people got it twisted. We got Chief Flemings in the house. People got it twisted, thinking that we just started learning this knowledge about who we are. The brother starts saying that he don't have no land, that he don't have no, that he gets taxed, that he has nothing, and he's from, and he believes that we all from Africa. All right, thank you for clarifying that. I don't want to offend anybody, you know what I'm saying? But thank you for clarifying that. Okay, thank you so much. Now that I know that you're a sheep, thank you. Thank you so much. But Cherokee in the house, and we got some people that got it twisted. They really believe that we just one day just started following Dan Calloway, and he has been teaching that we are the aborigine. Like I said, shout out to the brother. Shout out to the brother Dan Calloway. I think that his work is awesome. I think that this man work is like no other. But let's not get it twisted and having these folks believe that we just started learning that we were Aborigine people and we just learned it from one man. Some of us knew this through our families. Some of us been on this work for years. So people get it very twisted on the work of the sisters and brothers that have been into this for a very long time. There's a lot of things I want to talk about tonight. There's a cult leader. Time and time I talk about that cult leader that's out there in Carbonation. This guy, his name is Nature Boy, and there's been some things that happen where he's where this lady in New Orleans, she's accusing Nature Boy of messing around with his daughter. And I want people to understand that this guy is a cult leader, and they were talking about how this young girl, the lady checked the young girl's diaper, and the young girl, because the mother left the young girl by her house, and the young girl was basically, her bottom was open. Okay, I would like to say it. I can't say it no more than what I'm, trying to say it in a nice way. How you doing, Nola girl? The young lady was definitely tampered with. So we're gonna get into that. But right now, we got a lot of haters out there in the Pan-African American community. These guys want to be Pan-African American, never been there. They want to be fighting for their cause. Never been to Africa, know nothing about Africa, but they are still fighting to be Africans, which is, don't want to learn anything about themselves. They don't want to believe in dialogue and actually learning and listening. They don't want to do the homework of going down their family tree. They don't want to do these kind of things. And they get to the point where, they get mad because they're not making money off of us no more, off of our community. They're mad because they are not making money off of our community no more. That polite and all these brothers that are out here, Sonetta, all these guys are not winning anymore. They're not making money off the people. They can't manipulate the people like they used to. So they attack Aborigine people. And the first thing that the brother came at me and said that you're not no Indian. You're not no native. We're not claiming to be Native Americans. We never claim to be Mongoloids. We never, no disrespect to Asian, Siberian Asians. No disrespect to Siberian Asians. Just like the Moors. We got the Moors attacking us. We got the Moors attacking us. If it ain't the Pan-African people, it's the Moors. It's the Moors. And they have been making so much money off of our conscious community for a very long time. And the gig is up. The gig is up, and it did not start with Brother Dane Calloway. It did not start with Brother Dane Calloway. He gets his own credit. He's part of this, but there's enough credit to go around in the conscious community. We have been spreading the message as a whole family. As a whole family. Some of us have small platforms. Does not mean because we got a small platform that our message is not as valuable as the Brother Dane Calloway. Okay? So I want you guys to understand, there's a lot of us who've been knowing the True Tony, Copper Color TY, Miss M. There's a lot of us, Nigel Welch. There's a lot of us who've been knowing the truth about who we are. We didn't just start making this stuff up. This is not clout chasing. This is genealogy. This is bloodline we're talking about. We're talking about our bloodline. We're not talking about some theory, some fake theory. See, a lot of people are going around faking who they are. But when we teach you the truth about how to find your people, how to connect yourself with your people, people can't take us serious. When we got, the chiefess, Sun Hour, out there teaching you how to get connected with your ancestors, out there doing the paperwork, teaching you how to get connected with your ancestors, how to not be, participate in these vaccines. God is supreme in the house. We got people that's on the ground that don't get the credit that they should get credit. We have Chief Wahagni. Every time I see the brother always spreading the good word. The brother always spreading the good word. I go to Aborigine Power. I watch his channel. Empress, the Empress Harbor. All these people that are out here spreading the word who do not get the credit that they should. We had a young brother, Chief Real Rap, out there working very hard, teaching. We got the Black Telepack in the house. And I want you guys to understand, they are trying to stop our movement. They are trying to stop our movement. And they are very worried. They are very worried and very threatening over their money. See, money and power is the rule to all evil. You even got a young pharaoh out here that's all of a sudden talking about we are the original Indians. Sister Cherokee, we even got a young pharaoh out here talking about we are the original Indians. You got Tariq Nasheed all of a sudden trying to ride the wave of our movement. People who have been Pan-African all alone, all of a sudden now is trying to ride the wave of our people because the money is getting too low. The money is getting too low. I'm telling you, this is what's happening in the conscious community. Oh, son is in the house. When you got these Pan-African Americans starting to say that we were already here, you know that it's something, the gig is up, Lil Plum. That the gig is up. You realize that the gig is up. They realize that their money is going down the drain. that you don't have to come on Peanut Nola 504 to pay to hear me talk. You don't have to come over here to pay to hear me talk. That the knowledge that we speak is for free. That the knowledge that we speak is for free. Some people got ego problems thinking that this knowledge belongs to them. Some of these people have ego problems believing that this knowledge belongs to them. It's crazy. It's crazy. This knowledge has been going on throughout history. And we let these people dictate and tell us that it's a contest. Copper Color said, it's even said in the Bible, in the end times, we will gain more knowledge when a race of people, let me see, when a race of people begin to rise, it has been as collective. One person can make an impact, but in the end, a team is required. That is definitely correct. That is definitely correct. Understand? Shout out to James in the house. That is the you don't understand that when I put my Cash App up, if somebody decides to say, you know what, I like what you're talking about, I want to give you a gift. That's a big difference. There's somebody demanding that you give $3. That somebody demand that you give $5. I don't need that. I got a good job. Okay? We have great content out here. And Annette B in the house, long time follower. I remember when Annette B told me, and this is a long time, shout out to Annette B. This is a long time ago. I remember when I had only 300 subscribers, and Annette B told me, she said, you're going to grow. She said, you should be getting paid for this. You should be getting monetized for this. And this was long. She stand with me from the beginning. From the beginning. I'm telling you that when you understand, Pony Locks in the house, greetings to you. I want you guys to understand this, that when they feel threatened, when they feel like the gig is up, then they turn to our message and try to make our message their message. And this is what they're doing. You start seeing Tariq Nasheed start to talk bad down on Africans. I have never seen that. I have never seen that. Making fun of Africans, all of a sudden he's talking about that he's an American, that he's not a part of the Pan-African theory. See, you got to pay attention to these clout chasers. You got to pay attention to these big platforms who making thousands and thousands of dollars off of gullible people. Making thousands and thousands of dollars off of gullible people who believe that we came here on slave ships, who believe in that nonsense, that they put us all on one boat, and somehow we got all the way here singing Kumbaya. You heard me? That we were all singing, we are the world, Kumbaya, let my people go. This is the things that they drain in your heart, in your mind, because this is the month of Black History Month. And remember, I call it, we melanated people. But remember that they have the audacity to give us a Black History Month, when our history is older than the 50s. Our history is the beginning of time. Our history is the beginning of time. You don't see no European month. You don't see no Asian persuasion month. All these months. Why do we need a Black History Month when the history of America is us? When I can't make this up. The history of America is our history. And we should be proud. Our history is every day that we breathe, every day that we wake up is our history. Martin Luther King, all these great leaders, Malcolm X, Baldwin, all these great leaders knew who we were. All these great leaders knew who we were. We didn't fall on Plymouth Rock. It fell on us. We didn't fall on Plymouth Rock. It fell on us. They know who we are, but you don't know who you are. They know who you are, but you don't know who you are, indigenous people. They owe us more than you know. It's time to work together and get this heavy burden as rock off of us. It's time to work together and get this heavy burden ass off of rock off of us. And these are the things that we don't understand. We will never get to the promised land because the promised land is here. We will never get to that promised land that you're looking for. It has always been here. But we have a mental wave that goes in our mindset that we got to keep listening to these slave movies. They always making slave movies. They continuously make slave movies. That's to let you know who you are. That's to brainwash you to believe that you was a slave. No people get multiple slave movies like us. There's no people that get multiple slavery movies more than us. Now they say that the Jewish people were slaves and that they had a Holocaust. And they don't get, no, you don't see these multiple movies. They steady paying Jewish people. Jewish people, that what happened to Jewish people did not happen here in Turtle Island. What happened to Jewish people did not happen here in Turtle Island. And our tax dollars, you are still paying them people. You are paying the Jews. You are paying all these other, the Asian people are forever getting paid for the Vietnam War. They got their own Chinatowns. Everybody's progressing but us. Everybody's getting something but us. Pony Locks, every nation of people is getting something but us. You find that strange? You find that strange that a foreigner comes here and get better than we get. That's why we know Africans. Michael Blackenstone, whatever his name, Blackstone. That man knows we not them people. They know we not them. But you don't know you're not them. And if you guys get a chance, please get them like buttons up for me. Please get them like buttons up. Now I'm going to turn my conversation over about this cult leader that I find very, very disturbing. I heard, I normally don't talk about this cult leader because there's enough channels to talk about it. Okay, there's enough great channels out here to talk about this cult leader. For those of you guys who don't know Carbonation, there's a cult that is called Carbonation, and the cult leader is Nature Boy. And I hate to bring his mess to this channel because what we talk about is more powerful than that. But I didn't, at the time he's controlling people, adults. But it's one thing when you controlling adults. And it's another thing when you are controlling babies and you're tampering with kids, with children. Because I'm gonna remove the word kid, because kid for melanated people is a goat. You do not want to call your children kids. So I gotta get better with that. Now I want you guys to understand that this Nature Boy guy has been going on for the last 3 years. The last 3 years since I've been following this cult. And one of the reasons why I started looking at this cult, because he was talking about nature and he was wearing a Indian outfit. I thought when I first started watching him, I thought he was one of us. Come to be, he's not one of us. He's actually portraying to be some kind of Shaka Zulu guy. I don't know what the hell he think he is, whatever. But he wears our Indian attire, okay? And he calls himself, at the time he was calling himself Chief. But this cult leader, for those who don't know about him, he's a pedophile. He also allowed a dog to lick his private parts. He also let his son touch his private parts. Okay, I want you guys to understand about this cult leader, okay? Because we want to get this guy locked up. We want to get him off of social media. Because people like this guy is ruining melanated people. Okay? Destroying. He's definitely a creep. Okay? A serious creep. And like I said, I normally don't bring this kind of talk or content to my channel, but I have like 4 videos that I probably made throughout the years on this guy. Okay? Now this guy that I'm telling you is very dangerous to the conscious community. He also has admitted that he has sex with men, and he also has sex with women. Now this guy recruits. He has a thing for transsexuals. He has a big thing for transsexuals. Okay, he's a very sick individual. Now this guy is the same guy that reported that when he was young, that a man in his complex was raping him. That he had a guy in his complex that was raping him. So he supposedly was a foster kid growing up. Some of the hurt people love to hurt people. We do know that. So I want you guys to understand about this guy. Now this guy here recruited. He does not recruit too many older people. He recruits young adults. Most of the young adults he get is 17 up to 29 years old, he had one person that died in his hands. Her name was Mama Dia. He told the lady to stop taking her meds. He convinced the lady that he is God. He told the lady that he is the Most High. Now, he convinced the lady to stop using her meds, and she passed away out there in the tropics. So for those who don't know this guy, Nature Boy, he is a guy who was that a lot of people got intrigued with, because they were looking at this guy as a person that was going back to nature. He had moved out the system. He was talking about he was actually a guy that was living a dream. Some of the things that we're trying to do with our tribes, he was actually out there doing. We was out there thinking that this guy is a great example to what we want to do. But he used his power to molest young people. He used his power to molest young adults. Now, he called himself the Messiah. He called himself the Messiah. I want you guys to understand this. Now, he also says that he used downloads by anal sex. He used downloads by anal sex, meaning he screwed the man and the woman with anal sex by ejaculating off in the man and the female. And he's giving them his seed. He has stated that he is giving them his seed. Now I want you to understand this, folks. He has stated that he is giving them his knowledge through downloads. Through downloads. This is a sick individual that needs to be stopped. He has abused multiple women. He has beat up multiple women. He has been kicked out of multiple countries. He was in Costa Rica. He was kicked out of Costa Rica. He was kicked out of Mexico. He was kicked out of several other states. Other countries. Now, I want you to understand that this guy who is going around saying that he's a chief, he is actually a threat to all the real chiefs that are out here. Because guys like that, cult leaders, he believes in polygamy, but he's misused polygamy. Polygamy was built for falling nations. Polygamy was built for falling nations, to grow nations that needed to grow. We no longer need polygamy. See, tribes out there. So he used polygamy for sexual purposes. It was for dying nations for those to use polygamy. A man should use separate homes, and he should cater to every multiple different wives. If he had 12 wives, the 12 wives had to have 12 different huts, 12 different homes. Now I want you guys to understand this. Polygamy was used for populating. It was not used for sex purposes. For sex purposes, it was built to populate nations. So this guy used some of the knowledge of Dr. Sebi, Dr. York, and he had used a lot of other people's knowledge to sway young people. Now the guy is like 40 years old, and he recruits 17-year-old girls, 19-year-old girls, 18-year-old girls whose minds are still developing. Now he has had multiple women. and babies that he has never taken care of. That none of these women have put him on child support because he keep leaving the country. None of these ladies have put him on child support because he keep leaving the country. Now he's supposed to be in Puerto Rico. He was kicked out of Hawaii. Now Hawaii was not having it, so they kicked him out. So now he's supposedly in Puerto Rico because he's banned to go across nothing other than the U.S. line. Now remember that Puerto Rico is supposed to be America. Now we're dealing with the devil himself. Now there was a lady named Mama Wanda who was supporting this guy in carbonation, who was acting like a mother figure for this for this Lady Velvet, and she ended up watching the child for 4 days. A stranger, the mother dropped the child to her for 4 days. A stranger. Now I want you guys to understand that the child ended up being tampered with. When the lady changed the child's diaper, the child vagina had an opening, like somebody had been tampering with the baby. Now this is the same guy who was caught on social media. This is the same guy who was caught on Instagram. He was caught on Instagram and he was dancing with his child, and he had an erection while dancing with his little girl. His private part was hard while he was dancing with his little girl. What man gets on a hard when they are dancing with their little girl? Little boy, little girl, whoever. You tell me, what kind of man is this? But they got him on social media, and they are blowing this guy up. He gets paid. They got him. He's on Bigo. He has been banned off of Instagram, Facebook, but now Instagram let him back on. He has multiple children out there, and he the baby mamas leave him, and all these little children that he's making. Now I want you guys to understand this. He's a cult leader, and we as a nation of people, as Aborigine Indians who we are, we have to stand up against pedophiles. We got to stand up against guys like him who are giving our tribes a bad name. No one is going to be able to trust us if sickos like that are running around. I want you guys to understand this. He got ex-military vets that are with him. He takes their checks. He takes their money, thousands of dollars. He takes their food stamps. They have to give him something. They have to give up their whole life to this man. Yes, this man is worse than a Jeffrey Dahmer's. Not Jeffrey Dahmer's, that cult leader. I can't think of the man, whatever his name. But he's a cult leader that has to be stopped. He's a cult leader that has to be stopped. Happy New Year, Sir Jean Baker. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Well, Happy New Year's. I'm just looking at it real good. Jim Jones, Tony. He's another Jim Jones. So for those who have a daughter, I don't know what it's like to have a daughter. I have sons. Now, you have to understand that boys are being tampered with just as much as girls are now in these days. Okay? I want you guys to understand that. So, children, all children, it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female, have to be protected. So when you got cult leaders that are running around, they have to be dealt with. We got Sir Bronze in the house. Chief Bronze is in the house. I want you guys to understand this. And I'm not, I got to make you guys aware of this. I don't do this for clout. I don't do this for clout. I'm talking to my nation of people. And when I get word of something like this that is going on, what are we going to do about it? I want you guys that like I said, there's a lot of great people out there, the Brother World News, a lot of other brothers out there and sisters out there that are covering that sickle and are doing it well. But I just thought that our people should know what's going on. If you don't know, now you know. I was just trying to give you a feel about that. So back to the brother that was sitting up there, had no business. Got upset with my comment, talking about I was letting him know that we did not do. We so embedded through the history of what our oppressor has taught us. We want to believe everything that the white man has told us. We want to believe that everything he said was right through the books of the white man. The white man can tell us that we are aliens, and you're going to believe that you are alien. I want you guys to understand that when they try to overtake this nation, they would not want you to know who you are. When they overtake a nation and replace you with another, understand that they don't love you. They don't give a damn. It's about money and power. You think because of the melanated part in your skin, because your color makes everybody the same because of their color. You think because that you never even understood that we all don't have the same blood type. Africans don't have the same blood types as so-called African Americans. They don't even have the same blood type. So how could you be related to something that you don't even have the same blood type to? A lot of you guys call yourselves king. We never referred to ourselves as king. We don't refer ourselves as queen. These are European terminologies that they brought here. They brought here. They brought these European terminologies here. We are chiefs and chiefess, and we have always been here. These Siberian Mongoloids who come from Asia, and you around here will believe in what you want to believe. They come from Asia, and they were brought here to replace us. But you have to do your homework. You have to do your homework and understand what you learn in class, the history of school, the militant way that they taught you. Putting you in class got you watching Roots, Black History Month. When you got Morgan Freeman out here telling you that he does not celebrate he don't want no Black History Month. He said because he is a American. He's not an African. We live on choices. And when you get knowledge, you don't go backwards. People, you don't go backwards. Knowledge is meant, our minds are meant to grow. If you're stuck in a lower thinking, you're not going to grow. If you don't open your minds and be able to learn and listen, you will never grow. You can learn from the quote unquote dumbest person that you can learn from that person. The person that you think that is so low, you can learn from that person. Master IB7 in the house. You can learn from the lowest vibration. I remember in school, they made fun of me. I want you to go, let me tell y'all something about Chief. let me tell you something about Chief. Chief didn't like school, okay? And I remember kids can be very, very, very horrible. Kids can be very, very horrible. I didn't like school. I had trouble early on in school. And I used to they used to take black boys back when I was going to school, and I'm 45 years old. They used to take black boys, and they did not take, and I want to say melanated boys, because I'm trying to leave that word black alone. But what they would do, they would take melanated boys, and they would put them in slow learning class, because they didn't take the time to try to teach. They would see the females got better work than the males. Now, when I went to school, they did more of putting me in the principal's office than trying to work with me. They tried to say that I was bad in behavior. Nobody ever took the time to try to teach me right, to teach me right from wrong, teach me the correct way of math and science. They didn't try to take the time to sit and work with me. I didn't learn how to read and write through school. My mother took me away and taught me how to read and write. I want you guys to understand this. I don't mind saying this. I don't mind sitting here talking to you guys like this, because they're quick to throw your children in special ed. They're quick to say that something is wrong with your children. They're quick to say that put your kids on Ritalin. They're quick to not work with your kids. With your children. I want you guys to understand that your children, especially the melanated male, has always been passed on. The melanated male has always been passed on. This is why when you see in big cities, some of the lowest grades are in big cities. That's why you see a lot of dropouts in big cities, because they don't show attention to melanated boys. Now, I want you guys to understand this. There was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. I went to a school called NOCA. Now, this was a talented school. Now, if something was slow about me, why did I know so much about music? Now, why did they take me to a talent school where I can learn how to read music? Why, if I was so slow, I was so able to go to a accelerating school, one of the top accelerating schools in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, NOCA. So I want you guys to understand that there's nothing wrong with your children. With your kids. With your children. There's nothing wrong with your children. Something's wrong with the system. Something is wrong with the system. They are going around giving melanated brothers and sisters certificates. They tried to give me one, but I wound up going and get a GED. I wound up going and get everything that everybody else got. My mother took the time with me. My mother took the time to teach me how to read and write. She knew that I loved sports. She knew that I love sports. So she took an interest on the things that I loved. And I was going to read. How she was going to get me to read was that I love the Saints. There's nothing special about your children. There's something wrong with the system. Now, my children, every last one of them, are honor students. Different era, different time. I'm going to read some of these comments. It says, 50 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King wanted us to integrate with the Caucasian and integrate with the Caucasian. And it says the Caucasian people. And they turn around and put some of the children in slow learning classes. Yes, that was a way for them to stay on top. That was for them to stay on top of us. So they would keep us, and especially the males, they would try to not teach us and try to dumbfound us. They wanted to put us in behavior classes, and they want to put us in special ed classes. But there was nothing wrong with them brothers and sisters. There was nothing wrong. I used to watch brothers and sisters that were hiding. There were especially the brothers who were hiding in the lunch line because they didn't want to walk with the real special children. And they put these normal children around the real special children. And this is what you got going around today. This system was created to destroy the melanated man and woman. The system was created to destroy us. See, when you're comfortable in your skin, you ain't got nothing to hide. When you're comfortable on who you are, you ain't got nothing to hide. Because back when our chiefs was walking around, we didn't sit there. We didn't have to worry about their education. Their education did not define who we are. Your PhD did not define who we are. You can be smart with the white man's book, but dumb in society. Just because you got a PhD, this book, good for you. You're certified in the white man's world, but you ain't nothing in our world. You're certified in the white man's world, but you're not certified in our world. I want you guys to understand that. They were hoping that you quit school. So either they lock you up in jail or kill you in the streets because they knew who you was. I want you to understand these things. You get worried about what people think of you. You worrying about what people think. I am a proud melanated man who is proud of the reflection of what I have with my children. I got a son right now in the University of Belhaven University. He's better than his father. He's better than his father. But he knows best of both worlds. I got another son right behind him that is about to be going in college. I want them to learn the best of both worlds. I want them to know the best of both worlds. So I know that my children are educated. That the work of my wife and I was lucky, and it's a privilege that I was able to marry a beautiful woman that was educated herself, super educated. I was blessed that on Saturday that my wife, and we're going to be 21 years married, that my wife, we're going to be 21 years married. We've been together for 24 years, and we're going to be 23 years married on this Saturday. Some people can't even, 21 years, and some people can't even make, 1 year. Some people can't even get past that. And it takes a hell of a woman to be with a strong spirit like myself, because she has been there with me when nobody else have been there with me. When I lost my mother, I can only turn to her. She had 4 of my children, 4 of my children. 4 of my children. And when I couldn't teach them, she taught them. When I'm out there working hard, she's there for them. I have been blessed in many ways. The Most High has blessed Chief in many ways. I am so proud to have such a beautiful chiefess who throughout it all that I'm proud of, who stand behind me when nobody else stand behind me, when everybody else criticize me, when everybody turn their back on me, she's there. When I'm stressing out, and she's always there for me. And everybody can't find that. Everybody can't find that. I have a great balance. I got a Capricorn. Oh my God, I'm married to a Capricorn. And I'm an Aries. But we make it work. And we gave the values to our children. We gave values to our children. And I have made many mistakes in my life. But the one mistake I did not make was her. The one mistake that I didn't do in my life is her. We're not perfect. We're not perfect by no means necessary. But I want to tell you that don't ever let people tear you down. Don't let people think because they got a piece of paper that they are more superior than you. That they got something because they got that defines who they are, and that defines who you are. I went from cleaning toilets to becoming a manager, running department stores. Went and had my own business, driving trucks, had my own business, cleaning stores. Now I'm driving trucks. Don't ever allow people to take things from you. And tell your children whatever goes on in their life. Anybody that don't allow nobody to tell them what they can and what they can't do. You can do anything and even greater. Greatness starts with family. Greatness starts with you. I want you guys to start working on getting your tribes together. Get that paperwork together. Let's build together. Let's build together. Let's get these tribes together. And if any message I want to tell you is, I'm going to always be me. Peanut Nola 504 is always going to be himself. Because the day you see me change is the day I'm going to get off this internet. I failed you. The day I change is the day I'm going to get off this internet because I failed you. Because when you let your ego get too high, then you need to walk away. Because you got to know what your purpose is. Your purpose is here for the people. You are a servant to the people. When you teach people, you are here for the people, not yourself. You got Black Indian in the house. I just want you guys to understand that. And I like that copper color Ti. I like your avatar. Master IB7. That's my brother right there. Tony, my brother. Annette B. Black Telepack. Grandma 5. How you doing? Peace and blessings. Pony Locks. Peace and blessings. Samantha White. Peace and blessings. T Tribes. Peace and blessings. I want you guys to know, I see you, oh son. I see you, Nigel Welch. I see you guys. I want you guys to understand that I am so grateful to have you guys supporting this channel. I am so, hopefully you guys will share. Also press a like. Because one thing about Chief Peanut Nola 504, I'm real. I'm real. And a lot of brothers ain't going to tell their life. A lot of people ain't going to tell who they are. Because I'm an open book. Always be who you are. And don't be ashamed who you are. Be who you are. Thank you, Chief. All day. Something about the energy you put in the air got me ready. Got me ready to go and do something about it right now. Much love to you. Blessings to you. Yes, much love to you. And Nigel Welch is one of my son's friends, and he's like a son to me. Thank you, Nigel, for always coming in, young fella. Hopefully you learned something today. T Tribes, boy, T Tribes. Thank you, T Tribes. Cherokee, if you're out there, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. And I want you guys, thank you guys for coming on Thursday night conversation. Remember the cult leader out there. We want to take that cult leader down. I want you guys to always remember that cult leader is not out for good. That cult leader is out for bad. I'm going to go through this. Please remember to leave a like. Also, get this video to 1K. Remember, it's always an Aborigine perspective. We're only talking from the Aborigine perspective, not no African perspective, from the Aborigine perspective. If you want to donate to the channel, that's the Cash App. I'm always present that if you want to donate to the channel. Also, remember to hit the bell so you can get more of my content. I'm about to get off this joint and head on out, but I want to thank you guys once again. I am very, very blessed and thankful and humble that you guys have supported this channel. And like I said, sooner or later, I will be monetized. I can go monetized right now, but I've been trying to watch my mouth. I'm trying to learn how to not curse. I'm trying to learn how to not curse, y'all. So, bear with me on that. It is what it is. But I'm going to send it out like I always do. You guys have a blessed one.